Everyone, today we are going to start exercise 3.3. Okay, question number 6. In the previous video, that means before pre-midterm exam, we had already done question 1 to 5, isn't it? Now we will do question 6 to 12. So here is the first question. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measures. Find the measures of each of the angles of the parallelogram. So here is the solution. What does it says? Before doing the exercise, we have to memorize or we have to just remember the properties of a parallelogram. So what is the properties of a parallelogram? That it have sum of all the four angles of a parallelogram is equals to 360 degree. Okay, the opposite sides are parallel and their measures are also equal. Clear? The two adjacent angles are equals to 180 degree, isn't it? So this, the third or fourth point, that the sum of the two adjacent angle of a parallelogram is equals to 180 degree. This is the most important property. With the help of this property only we are going to solve question number 6. So here is the question that in this question it is talking about two adjacent angle of a parallelogram have equal measures. That means we are going to consider the two adjacent angle of a parallelogram having equal measure be x. Okay, the two adjacent angle of a parallelogram we are going to consider as x. That means let angle A and angle B will be equals to x. Why we are taking both the angle as an equal? Because in the question it is very clearly said that equal measures, the two adjacent angles are having equal measures. That's why we had taken angle A and angle B as x only. Okay, then what is the property of the parallelogram? Says that since the sum of the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equals to 180 degree, therefore angle A plus angle B is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? And what is the value of angle A and angle B? We are having angle A and angle B as x as well as what? X only, isn't it? Angle A is equals to x, angle B is equals to x. That means x plus x is equals to 180 degree. Now x plus x is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? That means x plus x is equals to 2x. When we are going to add both the x, it becomes 2x is equals to 180 degree. Then 2x is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? Then 2 will be transposed to its denominator of 180 degree. That means x is equals to 180 divided by 2. Then x is equals to 90 degree, isn't it? When 180 will be divided by 2, the result will come as 90 degree. So x is equals to 90 degree it will come. Therefore angle A, whose value we have to find, that is x, is equals to 90 degree. Similarly, for angle B is equals to x, that is equals to 90 degree. And for angle C and D, it will be also equals to 90 and 90 degree respectively. Why it is so? Because for angle B, adjacent will be angle C, isn't it? And for angle A, adjacent will be angle D. That's why all the four angles of an adjacent angles of the parallelogram will be equals to 90 degree. That means the angle A is equals to angle B is equals to angle C is equals to angle D is equals to 90 degree. Okay, clear everyone? Now let's see the question number 7. What the question number 7 says. So, the adjacent figure of a parallelogram, what is the adjacent figure of a parallelogram, isn't it? The find the angles measures x, y and z. State the properties you use to find them. That means you have to tell the property, which property is going to be used in this. Okay, so here is the parallelogram. Name of the parallelogram is given as HOPE. Okay, Hope is the name of the parallelogram. HOPE is the name of the parallelogram. You have to find the value of x, y and z, and also you have to state which property you people are using to solve this question. Okay, so look, what we are having in the solution. Since HOPE is a parallelogram, therefore if it is a parallelogram, that means its opposite sides are equal, isn't it? That opposite sides are equal as well as opposite sides are parallel also. So the side HO is parallel to PE and HE is parallel to OP. Is it like that? Yes. Now if HE is parallel to OP side, that means HO intersects them. The line HO, which is a transversal, is going to intersect them, isn't it? So angle EHO will be equals to angle POX. Why it is equal? Because both the angle, that is angle EHO and angle POX, are alternate angles. Since alternate angles are values are equal, that's why they are equality sign is shown, isn't it? Now what is that? 40 degree plus x is equals to 70 degree. Why it is so? Because some of the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are equal, isn't it? That's why we had taken 40 plus x is equals to 70 degree. Or we can say that since the both the angle, that is angle EHO will be equals to angle POX, that is alternate angles are equal, that's why angle 40 degree plus x is equals to 70 degree. Now 40 will be transposed from left hand side to the right hand side. It becomes 70 minus 40, isn't it? So x is equals to 30 degree. Now the second part, what is the second part? We are having that HE is parallel to OP and transversal HP intersects them. Therefore angle OPH will be equals to angle EHP. Alternate angles are equal, isn't it? Therefore y will be equals to 40 degree. Understood everyone? Now x is equals to how much? X is equals to 180 degree minus angle POX. So x will be equals to 180 degree minus 70 degree. When 180 will be subtracted with 70, it will become 110 degree. Therefore we had find out the value of x is equals to 110 degree, y is equals to 40 degree and z is equals to 30 degree. So this is the value of angle x, y and z, that is 110 degree, 40 degree and 30 degree respectively. Have you understood everyone? See, for this question you have to again and again see the figure, then only you will able to write the angles like angle POX, angle EOX, like that. Okay, so you have to be careful while drawing the diagram. Now question number 8. What is the question number 8 we are having? The following figure GUNS and RUNS are parallelogram, isn't it? Then if these two are parallelogram, then find the value of x and y. That means here we are in the question number 8 we are having two part. First is the parallelogram, that name is GUNS, and second is the parallelogram whose name is RUNS. Okay, these are the two parallelogram whose value of x and y we have to find it. Okay, so as we know that the parallelogram opposite sides are equal as well as they are parallel. This property we are going to use for solving the question. Okay, now look how to solve the question. Here we are having the figure GUNS, isn't it? Which are the two opposite sides? That is GU is parallel to SN, as well as if it is parallel, that means the values of both the sides will be equal, isn't it? They are having equal measures, that is GU will be equals to SN. In the same way GS is parallel to UN and GS will be equals to UN, isn't it? So look the solution. Since GUNS is a parallelogram, therefore its opposite sides are parallel, isn't it? Then GS is parallel to UN will be equals to GS is equals to UN, isn't it? What is the value of GS from the figure we are having? That is 3x is equals to 18. 18 is the value of UN. So 3x is equals to 18, that is x is equals to 18 upon 3. So x is equals to 6 we are having. Why we are having 6? Because in table of 3, 18 comes 6 times, that's why. In the same way, the another side of the parallelogram, that is SN parallel to GU, isn't it? So SN will be equals to GU. The side is not able to seen, so I am dictating that SN is equals to GU. Okay, so what is the value of SN we are having? That is 3y minus 1 is equals to 26, isn't it? So 1 minus 1 will be transposed from left hand side to the right hand side, so it will become plus 1. So 3y is equals to 26 plus 1. So 26 plus 1 will become 27. So y is equals to 27 will be divided by 3. So in table of 3, 27 comes how many times? 9 times. So y's value will be how much? That is 9. So here for the parallelogram GUNS, the value of x is equals to 6 as well as the value of y will be equals to 9. Now let's see the second part of question number 8. Okay, this is the second part of question number 8. So here we are having a parallelogram RUNS. Okay. Now in this parallelogram, the diagonals values are given, isn't it? At the center, the diagonal RNUS is intersect at O. These are the two diagonals. That is RN is a diagonal 1 and UN is the diagonal 2, which is intersect at the center O. Okay, O is the intersecting point. Now look the solution how to solve. Since RUNS is a parallelogram, okay, therefore it diagonals bisects each other. That is I had explained you earlier. So what is the diagonal, how it bisects? That is the name are RO, that is OR is equals to ON. The diagonal RN is bisect, isn't it, at O. So it will be bisect, that means it will be divided into two parts. The two parts of RN will be RO and ON. We can say it as OR is equals to ON. Okay, both are same only. So OR value is given as 16 from the figure itself, and ON value we are having as x plus y. So consider it as equation 1. Similarly, the second diagonal UN we are having it, isn't it? So UN is bisected into two parts, that is OS will be equals to OU, isn't it? So OS value we are having as y plus 7 is equals to 20. This is the value of OS and OU. So let us consider it as equation number 2. Okay. Now y plus 7 is equals to 20. So can we transpose this 7 from left hand side to the right hand side? It become what? Minus 7, isn't it? So y is equals to 20 minus 7. 20 minus 7 is how much? 13. So y value we are find it as 13. Now look equation number 1, that is 16 is equals to x plus y. So here two unknown variables are there. Two unknown variables are there. So one unknown variable we had finded the value of y from equation 2. Now y value is from equation number 2 we had finded, that is y is equals to 13. This 13 value we are going to substitute here in equation 1. That is in place of y we are going to keep 13. So 16 is equals to x plus y, and in place of y we are going to keep 13. So 16 is equals to x plus y, where y is equals to 13. So 16 is equals to x plus 13. Now transpose 16 from right hand side to the left hand side, it become minus 13, isn't it? So 16 minus 13 is equals to x. So when you are going to subtract, it become 3. So 3 is equals to x. So we had finded the value of x and y as 3 and 13 respectively for question number 8 second part. Have you understood everyone? Now let's see question number 9. Question number 9. What it says that we are having the parallelogram RISK and CLUE is a parallelogram. Okay, we have to find the value of x. That means the two parallelograms are drawn in the same figure. Okay, so RISK and which one? CLUE is the second parallelogram. So for both the parallelogram we have to find the value of x. Okay, now look the solution. Since RISK is a parallelogram, isn't it? Therefore, our angle RIS will be equals to angle RKS, isn't it? Angle RIS will be equals to angle RKS. Why it is equal? Because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. That's why angle I is equals to angle K. I and K, angle I and K are angle I and angle K are the short name of angle RIS and angle RKS. Both the angles will be equal. Why it is so? Because according to the property of the parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. That's why. So both the values will be equals to 120 degree. Okay. Now in the same way, we are also having angle OIC. Can look in the figure. Angle OIC. O, that means where the x is there, isn't it? There O will be there marked. Okay. So angle OIC is equals to 180 degree minus angle RIS. It will be there. Then after, angle OIC will be equals to angle 180 minus 120, because angle RIS is equals to 120 degree. That's why 180 is subtracted with 120 degree. So when 180 minus 120, it will become 60 degree. That means angle OIC is equals to 60 degree. Understood everyone? Now in the same way, second part of the same question, CLUE is a parallelogram, isn't it? And as we know that in a parallelogram, the properties of parallelogram states that its opposite sides are parallel. That is, C is parallel to LU and transversal intersects them. That's why angle due to the transversal intersects the parallel line CE and LU. That's why the angle ICO is equals to angle CLU, where CLU and ICO value will be equals to 70 degree. Why it is so? Because both the angles are corresponding to each other. Okay. Now after that, we had finded one triangle. Can look in the figure. Here one small triangle is there, isn't it? Here O will be there, where X is marked, there O will be there. So we are going to consider that triangle. Okay. So consider the triangle OIC. Okay. So OIC is the triangle. So according to the sum of the property, angle sum property of the triangle, what it states that sum of all the three angles of a triangle, not quadrilateral, sum of all the three angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? That means angle A plus angle B plus angle C will be equals to 180 degree. So here, as we are considering the triangle OIC, so the name will get changed. So angle IOC plus angle OIC plus angle ICO is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? Where angle OIC value is 60 and angle ICO value 70 degree. We are going to put in the place of the respective angles. So the equation will become angle IOC plus angle 60 plus angle 70 is equals to 180 degree. Okay. So 60 plus 70 will become 130. Now what we are going to do, we have to transpose 130 degree from left hand side to the right hand side. It become minus 30 degree. So equation will be angle IOC is equals to angle 180 minus 130 degree. Therefore angle IOC will be equals to 50 degree. Okay, where IOC is value is X, that is 50. Okay. So now we can see that angle is X is vertically opposite to there, isn't it? So angle X IOC is equals to X, that is equals to 50 degree. So have you understood everyone? That's why. Okay. Now we will see question number 10. In question number 10, it is said that explain how this figure is a trapezium. Which of its two sides are parallel? You have to explain. see, we are having one figure, isn't it? That is KLMN. We are having this figure. Now it is said that if this figure is a trapezium, you have to explain why it is so and which of two sides are parallel. If it is trapezium, you have to explain why it is a trapezium, and also you have to say that which two sides are parallel to each other. Okay. Now look the solution. I think you understood the question, isn't it? Now look the solution. What it says that we are having the solution. Since the pair of consecutive interior angle are supplementary, therefore angle KLM plus angle LML is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? Therefore that means consecutive interior angle are supplementary, or we can also say that the sum of the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equals to 180 degrees. Since it is asking about trapezium, so we can't say that this two adjacent angle of a parallelograms are equals to 180 degree, isn't it? That's why here the another property is used for the trapezium, that is the pair of consecutive interior angles are supplementary, that is angle KLM plus angle NML is equals to 180 degree. If it is 1 equals to 180 degree, that means the opposite sides are parallel. The two opposite sides which are parallel are KL is parallel to NM, which is KL at the downside, isn't it? And NM is the upside. So thus KLMN is a trapezium. So in this way we had explained, and we had also told that which two sides are parallel to each other. Okay, so if the two opposite sides are parallel to each other, that means it is a trapezium. Okay, have you understood? Now the next question. The next question says that find the measure of angle C. Angle C, that means it is read as measure of angle C in figure AB parallel to DC. Here a figure it is given, and it is also said that the opposite sides are parallel to each other. The two opposite sides are AB and DC are the two opposite sides. Okay. Now since transversal BC, okay, since transversal BC intersects the parallel line, that is AB parallel to DC. This is the two parallel lines. AB is parallel to CD, isn't it? AB is parallel to CD. That means BC is the transversal of, BC is the transversal of which two? That is AB and DC, isn't it? If it is parallel, that means it is parallel, that means AB is parallel to DC and BC is the transversal. Therefore angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. Then sum of interior angle is 180 degree, isn't it? So angle B, that is 120 degree, plus angle C is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? Angle B value we are already having, that is 120 degree from the figure. So 120 degree will transpose, it become minus 120. Then 180 minus 120 will become 60 degree. Hence the measure of angle C will be equals to 60 degree. Understood everyone? Okay. Next question number 12. So question number 12, it is not clearly visible. So I am reading the question. Just you have to note down. It is said that find the measure of angle, that is CT, and angle S if SP is parallel to QR. Okay. So here is the solution. Since transversal PQ intersect the parallel line, that is SP parallel SP is parallel to QR. Okay, SP is parallel to QR. Here is the figure. So angle P plus angle Q is equals to 180 degree. That why it is 180 degree? Because sum of the interior angle is equals to 180 degree. Okay, angle P plus angle Q will be equals to 180 degree, where angle Q value what we are having from the figure, that is 130 degree. So we are going to substitute the value of angle Q in the equation, that is angle P plus angle Q is equals to 180 degree. While substituting the value, it become angle P plus angle 130 degree is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? While transposing 130 degree, it becomes minus 130 degree. Then angle P is equals to 180 degree minus 130 degree. So angle P is equals to 50 degree. Similarly, for the second part, that is SP parallel to RQ and SR is a transversal, isn't it? So SR plus angle S plus angle R is equals to 180 degree. So angle R is equals to 90 degree we are having, isn't it? So while transposing we are get it 90 degree. So here in this question it is asked the second part also, isn't it? So this is the second method. Can see everyone can use the first or the second method, both are same. Thank you everyone.